Biodiversity is the variety of life in the world or a particular habitat or ecosystem. We depend on biodiversity for natural processes like crop pollination, waste decomposition, and regulation of the global carbon cycle. Loss of habitat can result in loss of species, which means a loss in biodiversity. In the face of these alarming statistics, we had to stop and think. First, what was our responsibility as a company with our industrial activities in these situations? And second, what could we do to reverse the trend? So the initial request that Colas sent to its subsidiaries was this one. Identify the species that were living in our permanent gravel pits and quarries and measure the threat that our operations were having on their reproductive habits and take some measures to relieve those populations of the stress that our activities can induce.
Bee populations around the world are in a bit of a crisis. We just want to do our part to be able to supplement those, give them ground to forage.
Bees are an indicator of species, meaning their presence and abundance is a reflection of certain environmental conditions and aids in gauging the health of ecosystems. Many factors are influencing the decline of bees, including habitat fragmentation, increased use of neonicotinoid pesticides, colony collapse disorder, and climate change. It is estimated that 1/3 of the world's food supply would cease to exist if it weren't for honeybees.
There is a section of Foothills Pit that has been reclaimed. Its life being useful for gravel extraction came to a close. We've reseeded the land and we now have some wildflowers growing.
At the other end of the country in Quebec, Colas subsidiary Sintra also got into beekeeping as part of an ambitious biodiversity initiative. Their colonies are striving. 50 kilograms of honey have been produced last season by Sintra's bees, and the honey has been given to employees and clients. But Sintra's collaborators also decided to help a couple of winged migrants in one of their quarries. Helped by ornithologists, Sintra reorganized their operations in the Sainte-Geneviève-de-Berthier quarry in order to preserve the nesting habitat of a couple of peregrine falcon that come every year in the quarry to breed. As a result of these efforts by Sintra and partners, 3 to 4 young falcons take flight every summer. Bank swallows are protected by laws in order to protect their breeding habitats. 98% of the Canadian population of bank swallows has disappeared over the last 40 years. They migrate to North America to breed from April to August. We had a simple plan to help the struggling population, not exploiting the area of the pit where they nest. More complex initiatives, such as creating artificial nesting areas, were also put to test in Quebec.
Bats are important for biodiversity because they actually act as pollinators, similar to the function that a bee has. There are some plants that are actually completely reliant on bats for their pollination. They feed on various insects, so it helps keep down levels of pests in the area as well.
They eat mosquitoes, so that's a good thing. We really want to do our part in helping the environment and protecting species, so we've done the bat boxes. Next year we're going to put some beehives up on the top bench at the Taylor Pit here, and we'll be beekeepers as well.
We started making the boxes in the winter 2019. Nice quiet time, some room in the shop, and was able to make 10 bat boxes for our region.
We've put bat boxes in 3 of our pits, Crescent Valley, Janelle, and Juanita. We're just here to help out the bat population.
Those efforts were integrated seamlessly in our work schedules. It works. It doesn't have to be expensive or complex. It is for the benefit of all, including our companies. It is for the future of our ecosystems.